few weeks ago, I tried making money on Grubhub with little to no success. Nope, I had no success. I made zero money. However, today we are back out here because I got a notification that if I was able to complete 7 orders from the hours of 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. in my area, I would get a bonus $35. And if the math is correct, that's an extra $5 an order, which is absolutely tremendous. So we're gonna go out there, see if we can get 7 orders over the course of 4 hours. That's less than 2 orders an hour. Like I said last time, we got absolutely 0 orders, made $0. But it's the dinner rush. I think that we have a legitimate chance to get 7 orders, and pretty much everyone is going to get accepted because with $5 extra per order, it's almost always going to be worth it. So come along with me. Let's see how much money we make. Hopefully I don't end up super disappointed on that one. And all that's left to do is turn this thing on. Sure enough, that's exactly what I did. Flipped that thing from unavailable to taking offers, and I was good to go. Luckily, when I hopped on the map, I was almost immediately right next to a hotspot. So I drove my way directly to the hotspot, and almost the second I got there, I got an alert that I had gotten my first order. Already a better start than last time, and this thing was incredible. $10 plus to go just a mile, and even better than that, I was literally right next to the Zaxby's that had the orders. So after a 10-second drive, I was in the parking lot, and unfortunately, I thought I was gonna have to wait in the drive-thru because the dining room was closed, but then I noticed that it said online and delivery pickup was not closed and to come on in. So I walked in there, took a look at the order, nuclear chicken fingers. That's a pretty bold choice. Unfortunately, it wasn't ready at that point. They actually took a ridiculously long time, which I was pretty frustrated about. You can see here, I was not having it. But once I finally did get the food, I made my way to the drop-off zone, which just so happened to be a hotel. And after running through the hallways for a good amount of time, I finally found the room, dropped it off, and had completed my first Grubhub delivery. All right, well, even with absolutely everything going wrong during that delivery, it seriously took like a full 20 minutes to do a 1-mile trip. We ended up making $10 in 20 minutes, and if you tack on that extra bonus, we'll really have made like $15 in 20 minutes. And if I can make $15 in 20 minutes every single time, that's a $45 an hour pace. Well, there would be a lot more people doing food delivery. Almost immediately after that, I got my second order, which was excellent news. It wasn't anything crazy, but we definitely weren't going to deny it. And unfortunately, I actually got a message from that first customer that his chicken didn't have the sauce on it, which is really disappointing, I'm sure, but I directed him to the Grubhub support team. Not a lot more I can do for him there. So I headed over to my destination, finally got there, and there was this nice, awesome chicken out front. Pretty cool stuff. Unfortunately, what wasn't cool was the amount of time that the restaurant took. They were insanely slow. I actually had enough time that I explored the app a little bit and found where I could report the restaurant. I let the app know that the restaurant was taking way too long, and they told me that it wouldn't affect me at all, but they were thankful for the feedback, and finally I got the food. Well, I got the food. This isn't an order I would normally accept, but I figured I'm pretty much gonna accept just about everything as long as it's not a truly just egregious order, and this one isn't terrible, it's just a pretty long distance. But my thinking was that because it was a long distance, the food would be ready when I got to the restaurant, and it wasn't ready at all. I actually waited longer at this restaurant than I did at Zaxby's, which is incredibly frustrating. I know that that is putting me behind. I'm gonna go drop this off as fast as I can, but that'll pretty much be the end of hour 1 because of how long the restaurants have taken with the orders. So let's go get this thing dropped off. It's still gonna be a good amount of money as long as we can stay on pace to meet this goal. Little did I know things were about to get crazy. Before I even dropped that food off, I got this order, which was one of my highest dollar value orders I've ever received. So after getting minorly lost in an apartment complex, I was on my way to make a considerable amount of money. Okay, well, we got that one dropped off after being pretty lost, but the good news is we already got another order, so we're gonna fly over there, drop that one off, and we will be moving right along. 2 out of 7 done, and we're on our way to our third. And let me tell you, things did not slow down from there. After a quick drive over to the restaurant, I walked in the door and found once again that the food was not ready, kind of a theme of the night. However, before I had even received the order, I got an offer for another order to Baskin Robbins. So once I did get the food, I was on my way over to the good old ice cream shop, and lo and behold, this order was ready on time. Thank goodness. I mean, it was only scooping ice cream, but I was as thankful simple as ever. So with 2 orders in hand, we hit the road once again, headed over to a neighborhood, dropped the hot food off first, which didn't make a lot of sense to me, but hey, I'm just following orders here. And then, as you can see through this wonderfully shot clip of perfect quality, that I dropped the ice cream off as well, and that got us to 4 orders completed, which was crazy given the time frame. All right, I know it's a little bit darker now, so I apologize for that. It's actually been quite a minute since I last talked to you guys. The last hour or so has been absolutely insane. So as I probably showed you guys, I'm sure, I got multiple orders. I dropped both those off. I actually, as I was dropping off that last order, got another order, which I am now here at, and it is only 7 o'clock. So if you've been keeping track, I have completed 4 orders so far, and I'm here to pick up my 5th. And my 6th. I got 2 orders from this place within the span of like 2 minutes. So this is incredible. And we are 2 hours in, and I'm here to pick up my 5th and 6th order. And I gotta hand it to you, Grubhub. Not only has the order quantity been crazy, I mean, I've hardly had time to even make this video because I've been so unbelievably busy getting order after order after order, but the order quality is incredible as well. I mean, pretty much every single order has been for $10 or more. So I have no idea what I've made so far. I have absolutely no idea what I've made, but I know it's a lot, and right now I'm feeling incredibly confident. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm feeling incredibly confident that we're gonna hit that 7 order threshold in 4 hours. I mean, we just finished hour 2 and we're here to pick up order 5 and 6. So unless something absolutely catastrophic happens, we should make it. And I'm telling you what, it is going to be a good night pay-wise. So obviously I'm gonna keep you guys updated. I'm gonna go over everything at the end of the night, but as long as this goes okay, here we go. When I walked in the restaurant, one of the orders was ready immediately and the other one took a little bit of time. It didn't take too long, but as you can tell, at this point my spirits could not be brought down. I was in an incredible mood, and once I did get the second order, I was running through neighborhoods to get this thing dropped off. Might have gotten a little lost, but you know what? That's what we run for, to save time. So after completing both orders, I was done with 6 out of 7. And unfortunately at this point we hit a very small window of time where we didn't have any offers, which feels like the perfect opportunity to remind you to smash the like button on this video and let you know that if you haven't been following along, we are on the road to 500 subscribers, and at 500 subscribers we're going to be doing a 24-hour DoorDash challenge. It's going to be miserable or awesome, I don't know, but regardless, you should subscribe to the channel because you're going to want to be here for that. But anyways, we didn't wait too much longer before we finally did get an order to Burger King. It was a pretty decent one and actually got stacked with a Taco Bell order that was also worth our time, so we headed over to the home of the Whopper, as they're so proudly known, and the front door was locked, so we had to go wait through the drive-thru. A little disappointing, but didn't take too long, and then we were on our way to Taco Bell, where they so politely told me that the status of John's order had been updated to ready for pickup. And yeah, when I got in there, it was not ready for pickup. So kind of a sour end to the restaurant kind of things, but regardless, as I said, we were flying around at an all-time high, running up these staircases to get these last 2 deliveries dropped off, and once they finally were, I sat back down in my car, took a deep breath, not enough deep breath, and gave one final update. Okay, I just ran up 3 flights of stairs to drop off that last order, but that last order is dropped off and we are done, and sure enough, we have gotten our $35 bonus. So what we do know for a fact is that we made a lot of money. It's only been 3 hours. It is 8:10 right now, so we just barely went over 3 hours and we did 8 orders, which is crazy. I don't know how much money I've made yet. I'm gonna give it some time and probably update you guys in the morning so that I can make sure that all of the money has actually come through onto the account. But I'm telling you, it is a lot, and I am pumped about how tonight went.
The next day.
Okay, here we are. It is the next morning, and man, do I have an update for you guys. So first off, I just want to give a huge props to the Grubhub app. Obviously, this was the first time I actually completed deliveries with it, and I was super impressed. I mean, at one point last night, I don't know if you guys realized, I actually had 3 orders going at one time. I was dropping one off. I had 2 more scheduled in my task list. It was insanity, but the app walked me through every single step so easily, and I found it incredibly helpful every single step of the way. It's funny because I actually got an email this morning from Grubhub saying that they were updating their interface to make it even easier for drivers to use. So I'm super excited to see that because I think it is an awesome food delivery app. But I know what you guys are still sticking around here for. You want to find out how much money I made. So here you go. In just over 3 hours, 3 hours and 6 minutes, I made just under $112. $112 in 3 hours. And for you non-mathematicians, I already did the math for you. That is $37 an hour. $37 an hour, which is absolutely crazy. Even if we hadn't hit that $35 bonus by doing 7 deliveries, we still would have made a ton of money, well over $20 an hour. So I was incredibly impressed by Grubhub last night. I will probably be using this app a lot going forward. I don't know what happened the first time I tried it and I got absolutely 0 deliveries. I think it's worth noting that I was not driving on a blocked out schedule last night. Grubhub says that on a block you should get even more deliveries, but I wasn't on block. I literally just started driving, and even though I hadn't been scheduled, it gave me so many high quality orders. And not only that, but literally every single order was high quality. I mean, every single order had a pretty decent sized tip on it. None of those trash DoorDash orders that you get for $2 or $3. No, every single customer on Grubhub tipped, and they tipped pretty dang well. So I don't know if it's a thing about the actual customer base on the app, but again, I was incredibly impressed by the app, and I will probably be using it a lot going forward. In fact, it really got me thinking, whenever one of these challenges pops up, I'm almost certainly going to do it. And realistically, this may be the future for me going forward. If I can make $30 or more an hour on Grubhub, I don't really know why I would be doing DoorDash, where I've had very little success lately. And of course, if you're going to make $37 an hour, well, I'd pretty much do anything for that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this video entertaining and helpful. If you did, again, I'd appreciate it if you liked the video. And of course, I already talked about, but we are on the road to 500 subscribers. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, because you are not going to want to miss what happens when I hit that 500 subscriber mark. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.